All right, so for a Sunday video today, I feel like going back to talking about something that I've mentioned before on the channel, but I haven't really talked about it too much. But I want to go back and talk about this old guy right here. And if you guys don't know what this bad boy is, it's the Analog Pocket. This is the limited edition, glow in the dark version. But I freaking love this thing. And there's a lot of naysayers about it that say, well, why don't you just get like a Raspberry Pi or whatever? But this thing is so much more convenient if you don't want to deal with like the whole setup process. Sure, there's still a lot of stuff to set up if you want to like put ROMs and horrors and stuff like that on this. I'll get into that in a second. But I love this thing, and I want to talk about it about 3 years later since I've had the thing. Not this specific version, but just a analog pocket in general. I don't even actually remember when they released this limited edition version. It does glow in the dark, by the way. Um, but one of the buttons right here doesn't glow for some reason. I don't know. I never noticed it until it was probably too late to do anything about it. But I love this thing, and I just want to talk about it today. So if you like this video, please leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, all that good stuff. Without further ado, let's get into the end of this video talking about the Analog Pocket and my thoughts on it 3 years later, and why I really do love this thing, and why I think you guys should give it a shot and buy one for yourself. Plus, one other thing. We'll get to that towards the end of the video. But let's get into it. Let me put this down over here real quick. Okay, make sure that's stable where that is. Okay. Anyway, so long story short, when the Analog Pocket was announced, everyone was like clamoring to get it. Hell, I'm not even kidding. Elijah Wood was on Twitter complaining about not being able to get one at like as soon as they went live. Like Elijah Wood, like that's just crazy that like a big time actor from like Lord of the Rings was trying to get an Analog Pocket. I think he wound up eventually getting one, I think, if I remember right. But it's just funny saying like Elijah Wood say, "Oh, I couldn't get one either," because it kept crashing. You know the typical stuff when high demand stuff or like hype stuff. Excuse me. When hype stuff goes up online, it usually crashes servers or hold on. Whew, sorry about that, guys. I don't know. I had something to throw there for a second, but anyway. But you know how it is with high demand stuff. Servers crash, stuff happens. Hell, it happened with the Switch 2 when that came out. So anyway, I eventually got one. I actually was impatient because I got like Group C, I think it was back then. I can't remember, which is like they would ship it later on in that year that it was supposed to start shipping. They shipped it in groups, which I still think is kind of stupid that they did it that way, but whatever. It is what it is. So I was impatient. I didn't want to wait for one because it sounded really cool. And people were posting about stuff you could do with the open FPGA side of things, which honestly, back then I didn't even understand what FPGA, like open FPGA was. I know what FPGA is. It's basically depending on how you use it, it's either hardware based emulation or like well, it is basically just hardware emulation. It's still emulation, but on a hardware level and not a software level. From my limited understanding of the field programmable gate array, that's what FPGA stands for. I'm not that technically minded when it comes to stuff like that, but from my understanding, it's basically like emulating the hard on a hardware level, not a software level. Basically, you guys can read into it yourselves what FPGA is, like on a technical standpoint. But what really sold me on it and made me not want to wait to get my, I believe it was a black one that I got originally from Analogue because I wanted to get the white one originally. It sold out quickly, so I unless I did, I don't remember because I either got the white one on eBay or the black one on eBay and got the white one. on Analog. I don't remember which one it was. I don't feel like looking back on my eBay purchases. So shout out to my dad for being cool with um like paying for basically two of those things. Um, but when I got the eBay one, I was like, okay, this was way worth me not waiting for, because even then I can just sell this one with how high in demand they are and make the money back. Spoiler alert, I didn't wind up doing that. I waited too long to sell it because by then, like I honestly kept forgetting about it. And at that point, I had stopped selling stuff on eBay anyway, for the most part. So I just waited to try to like show it to people. And one of my friends wound up buying it from me at the flea market, like a year and a half after I got that one. And then that's when, about around there, I don't know the exact time frame, but and then around that time is when the glow in the dark one got announced. And then I was like, well, that looks badass because it's like it's green, and green is my favorite freaking color. Like I love green, especially this. I mean, I wish this would show up better. Like how it's not as light as it looks, but I love this color green, especially like when it glows. It looks really cool when it glows. In the dark, it looks really nice. But I love this color, so I was like, I really want to get this. And God bless my wife. She was like, she got up at like, we both got up at like 9 a.m. the day these launched, and we were lucky enough to get one. These sold out pretty quick. So anyway, back to why I'm doing this video. I just want to give you guys a little bit of the lore of why and how I got into the analog pocket sphere here. So anyway, basically, so once I started thinking around with the Open FPGA and putting ROMs on SD card and all that stuff, I realized something. I was like, hold on a minute, this thing is actually really freaking badass. Because, like I've said before in past videos, I have the Super NT, the Mega SG, the NT Mini Noir version 2, the Analog Duo, and hopefully someday soon, next month, the Analog 3D, which is the N64. So I have supported Analog all throughout their like producing consoles and whatnot. But I'm like, wait a minute, if if the Analog Pocket does all this that these do back here, they're all boxed away back here. You can't see it because the container's full of like stuff I use a lot. But all the boxes are back there. So I thought to myself, I'm like, why don't I just buy a dock, and then I could just have every system I had plugged in over there on one cohesive thing. So a couple months ago, I was talking to my wife. I'm like, can you just buy me a dock from my pocket? And she's like, yeah, whatever. Next time I get paid, I'll buy you one. And then when it came, I was so freaking excited. Um, Okay, sorry. I was responding to. I got a notification on my phone. I was responding to a comment from hopefully one of you guys watching this video now. But anyway, so when I got the dock, I was super excited. Let me go off on a weird tangent here real quick. I wish they would have released like a glow in the dark dock to go and coincide with that, the glow in the dark pocket. But that's beside the point. But anyway, so I got the black dock, and it comes with the AC adapter, the power cord, which is USB C to C, and then the HDMI cord. Now, if you just buy the pocket, I believe it just comes with a charge cord. I don't think it comes with. No, I know it doesn't come with the um, AC adapter. So honestly, if you're gonna buy a pocket and you want to play on the TV at some point anyway, you might as well just buy them both at once, because then you'll be able to charge it and play it either way, portably or docked. Because the dock does charge it as well, but you can also just use the same thing to power the dock to charge your pocket if you play it portably. I'm not saying you should do it that way, but I wish I would have done it that way because that's smarter. But you can use any USB-C charging cable. That's like fast charger. They probably recommend you fast charge because it is a fast charger. Because I've literally when I bring my pocket with me to conventions, I use that to charge my phone when I'm on the go. No joke. Anyway, going back to what I was saying. So when I got the pocket dock, I was super excited, and like you have to update it when you first get it, of course, because what don't you have to update? It's super easy to do. You just put the update file on the analog pocket itself, put the SD card in the pocket, dock the pocket on the dock, turn the pocket on, and then it updates, and then there you go. So when I got it, I was like just going through it, seeing how stuff looked on the TV, and it looked just the same as if I was playing the Super NT, whatever. And I was like, this is mind blowing, dude. Like, it really is a convenient way for me, especially, and for you guys too. But for me, like having a disability and just not wanting to like have to move stuff around, and convenience for me is easy, so I don't have to like reach for stuff and do stuff. It's really convenient for me and for you guys, like I said, to just have like a multitude of systems on one thing. And I was playing it a lot that first like month and a half. That's all I played. Even even after the Switch 2 came out, I would still play the Analog Pocket on the TV a lot. Like I would do Super Nintendo stuff, NES, Genesis. Like I was playing a ton. And I was like, shit, I gotta play some more Mario Kart World. I can't keep playing this. Like it's really cool just to be able to play all that stuff on one thing. Excuse me. Um, but to get back to like the pros of it all, just like I said, the convenience factor of it. The only con I would say is that you kind of have to do a little bit of legwork. It's not as much as like setting up like Mister on a Raspberry Pi or whatever, but you still have to like find the cores and download the cores, put them on the pocket, or do what I did and just download the Pocket Updater that basically self updates everything for you, downloads everything for you, excluding ROMs, of course, or all the cores and stuff. Um, and basically it has you good to go. And even all the arcade stuff that's on there, like Marvel vs. Capcom 1 is on there. I believe X-Men's on there as well. Like Simpsons is on there. There's too much stuff that I mention and just go over that. There's so much stuff you cores you can get for the pocket. It's insane. And case in point, this past weekend when I was in Columbus at Animate, um, what do you guys think I took? I'll give you a second to really think hard what I took. What do you think I took? Pause and leave your guess down below. Okay, I'm pretty sure you all guessed I took the Analog Pocket. It's no surprise. But this is the very first time I had the dock to take with me. And let me tell you, I was like, holy crap, thank God we bought this dock. Because it's the first thing we did as soon as we got back to the hotel room for the first night, I was like, can you reach the HDMI input on the TV for the hotel? Because you know hotel TVs, they sometimes they kind of have the HDMI's blocked because of how they're mounted, and luckily that they weren't blocked that badly. So she was able to just gently move the TV a little bit, plug it in, and it was great. I was able to play Super Nintendo stuff, NES stuff, Genesis stuff, Game Boy stuff, whatever I had on my pocket. I was able to play on a big TV at a hotel, away from home. Like I was like, this is awesome. This is like great. Like I loved it, and it made the trip so much more fun because you guys know hotel TV like selection channel wise usually sucks most of the time. And honestly, I don't watch much TV anymore anyway. To be honest, I only do when I eat food and stuff. And even then, like when I'm at my house, I usually watch like YouTube videos. So yeah. Case in point, like the dock and the pocket together is like the ultimate travel companion if you love retro stuff. Like if you love retro games and Game Boy and like NES and Genesis and all that stuff, the Pocket is a perfect thing to buy in 2025 for yourself, for your spouse, for whoever, your brother, your sister, your mom, your grandma, whoever plays retro stuff. Go buy this for them. It's only like at most like 260, but I'm gonna say for around $300 with the cost of like 330, 340 with the cost of this, the dock and like an SD card, which I forget the max size it can accept. I forget what size I have in there. I think I have like a 128 gig, which is plenty. Like honestly, you could probably put like a 32 gig and be good because none of the games are super big except for PC Engine CD games or Turbo CD games. Those can be like a gigabyte or two, but most of them aren't that big. But honestly, for the cost of it and like the legwork you have to do, and just the portability and convenience of it, I think it's still worth buying. There's a lot, like I've said, I believe I said this in a past video. There's a lot of naysayers that say just go with Mister and go with Raspberry Pi and all that stuff. But if you don't know how to set that up, which I do not, I'm sure it's not that hard to do. But if you're not like tech savvy and on the software side of things, like I am, I'm sure it's easy to set up. Like I said, this is a way more convenient thing for the average person to just go by. And even if you don't want to use the open FPGA side, if you want a solid way to play like Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, as well as Game Gear, Neo Geo Pocket Color, TurboGrafx 16, and Atari Lynx, there's adapters for all those. If you still have those, you can play those as well with adapters. I have the Game Gear adapter. Yes, it works, but honestly, I usually just play stuff through the SD card because it's convenient. But lately, since I've had the dock, I've been playing more of the actual cartridges because it's more fun that way. It feels like a Game Boy player to me, to be honest. And yes, you can still use your link cable, kind of. I'll show you guys how to use your link cable, or link cables if you want to play like multiplayer or scan e-reader cards like I do with Super Mario Advance 4. I'll get to that at the end here. But I'll close this out first and just say I really enjoy the Analog Pocket, and I really think if you're into retro games and just retro stuff in general, I think you'll get your money's worth with this thing. And I'm not sponsored by them or chilling for them. I genuinely do like this product, and I really, really do enjoy having this. And I'm glad I bought the dock as well. I waited so long to buy the dock. I really shouldn't have, because it's really like having a Game Boy player without having, which is very expensive. It's like over $100. What It's around the cost of the dock just for the Game Boy player, not including the GameCube and the startup disc that you need, and the player accessory itself. So for the price of one of those, you can get the dock and they have like 4,000 other things that I mentioned. But I'm gonna be right back and show you guys the cable you do need to get if you want to use your link cable if you're using it docked or want to play like two players or something like that. So give me 1 second, I'll go grab it. Okay, so if you want to use your link cable docked on the pocket like I did with the Mario Advance 4, like I said, you will need a USB-C male to female. I think that's what this is. Basically, it just has a USB-C on one end, and then on the other end, it has just this other end that you can plug another USB-C end into, because that's how you dock the pocket through the bottom USB-C. But when you dock it, it blocks the Game Boy Advance link cable or link cable port. As you can see, the link cable port is right there. So that blocks that. But with one of these, you just plug the, I guess it would be this end into the dock, and then you just plug this end into your pocket, and there you go. You're off to the races. Now, if you are planning to play this docked, you will need to provide yourself some kind of Bluetooth. I think it's 2.4 gig compatible controller, like PS4 controller, Switch controller, stuff like that. But what I use when I play Dodge usually is one of these bad boys, one of the Nintendo Switch Super Nintendo controllers. Now you can easily buy these for like $30, but you have to be a member of Nintendo Switch Online. But these are perfect for playing like whatever, especially Game Boy Advance games, because Game Boy Advance games are basically portableized Super Nintendo games. And the nice thing is, if you don't want to use the shoulder buttons, there's a setting called Mirror L and R, and it mirrors them to like the Y and X buttons. I believe X is L and Y is R, I think, if I remember right. But yeah, these controllers are perfect for Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Super Nintendo, NES. The only thing that's kind of awkward is the Genesis side of things, because ABC is like YBA is ABC, and then XYZ is X, L, and R. But that's really no big deal. It doesn't take that long to get used to it. But these are really solid controllers. Anyway, I don't know if the Switch 2 Pro controller works yet. I haven't tried it yet. I'll probably try it this coming week at some point, probably Thursday night, because I will not be here. I will be in Oaks, Pennsylvania at Too Many Games. So if you guys are going to be there and you see me rolling my stupid chair around, if you see me there, don't be afraid to say hi. I love seeing some of you guys. So if you're going to be in Oaks, Pennsylvania at Too Many Games this coming Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if you see me or my wife, don't be afraid to say hi to us. We will get pictures with you guys, or at least I will. I don't know if she will, but I will nonetheless. But I hope to see you guys out there anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up here and just say, if you really want to have a good, fun time with Game Boy games and other retro consoles, pick up this thing, man. Just like, this thing is so freaking cool. I love this thing. And I love the way this looks too. And it's really comfortable and ergonomic. It's in the shape of the original Game Boy. It's probably about the size of it too, to be honest. But I love this thing, and I hope you guys will go check it out. Like I said, just do your research on it first. Make sure it's something you want, because it is kind of a pricey endeavor. It's like $260 if you just want this. If you want everything with it, like the dock and all that stuff, it's probably going to run around almost 400, probably like 370, 380, something like that. I don't know. Wherever you guys are from, you guys can figure that out. But yeah, I love this thing. Of course, I'm going to be bringing it with me to Oaks, Pennsylvania, and my Switch 2 as well, just in case I meet some people that have Switch 2s that want to like play Mario Kart World or whatever. I'm gonna bring my Switch 2. First time I'm gonna be bringing that out of the house. I thought about bringing it last week, but I didn't. But this week I will be, because there's a bunch of other YouTubers there. So why not try to network myself, and we'll see what happens. So yeah. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Sorry it was kind of a rambling video, but I really enjoyed this thing. I just wanted to gush about it for a little bit. Thanks for watching. This has been Rolling Kevin, and I am rolling out. Peace. Thank you all for watching this video. If you did like it, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, click the bell button for all notifications so you get notified if I go live post a video, post on my community page, or anything like that if YouTube does notify you. Sometimes it doesn't always do it, but hopefully it does for you guys. Anyway, thank you guys so much for supporting my Patreon. Shoutouts go to my patrons Sonny Silva, Catfish Cat, Lee Fernay, Team Dale, Elliot Scott, Mac and Dude, Preliab, Harry Fernandez, William Scott, AJ Gottawa, Oliver Frederick, Landon Ernhorn, Marcus Malahi, Brianna, Nuclear Reactive Man, Rebecca H., Just Good Enough, Gorgon Koluskovic, Justin M. Daggins, Daniel Childs, Patrick Oliver, and Harold Huckabee. Thank you all so much. I really do appreciate it. If you do want to support the channel, it's only $1 a month. That's all I ask. It really does help with the channel a lot to keep this going. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And this has been Roller Kevin, and I am rolling out.